Hello people, my name is Sho and welcome to another episode of Game Things. To all of you who are watching this video, you should know that an open world Sonic game is here. That's right, Sonic Frontiers is the new game with action-adventure open world experience developed by Sonic Team, published by Sega. And although the game is not going to be out until the holiday season of 2022, there is a 7 minutes long world premiere gameplay by IGN that shows Sonic speeding through the open world, which we will provide a link down below. There is also a 6 minutes long video that shows the combat gameplay of the game, which again will be linked down below. Now, judging from its gameplay, I could see the excitement from some Sonic fans out there who couldn't wait to finally get their hands on the game. On the flip side, I could also see some of them who would criticize the refinement of the game, anything from small to big, like the stiffness of the character's movement, the world's course design, or simply the open world itself that kind of feels like a test room. I am no hardcore Sonic fan, but if I recall, the Sonic games that I used to play has been in side-scrollers form, and it is action-packed with lots of springs, loop-the-loops, and perfectly placed platforms that are hard to miss without you, the player, actually slowing down. Nonetheless, it is great to know that the developers have an open-world Sonic game in development and is planned to be released this year. I am certain that there is a group of fans out there who are really anticipating this game release, and hopefully the expectation from these players of what an open world Sonic game should be and the understanding of developers' side will reach a point where both parties are satisfied. My personal take on this is that as long as the developers can make the gameplay of this game as fluid as possible and most importantly as interactive as possible, it will be a big hit. And when I say interactive, I mean controls like your directional movement, movement cancel, variations in jump like, I don't know, likely tap to jump normally, press it all the way to jump as a ball. Basically, all I want to say is giving the players the utmost control over Sonic is the best way to have an open world Sonic game. The more variation of movements you can do as Sonic, the better. Sonic Frontiers is planned to be released during the holiday season of 2022 on the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, Nintendo Switch, as well as PC. Of course, the hottest topic of all these recent days would be Diablo Immortal, the best quote-unquote not pay-to-win game, according to Wyatt Cheng, you know, that guy.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
The legendary the legendary gem system is the mechanic that has taken the most criticism from its player base. Apparently, with the math done by some internet heroes out there, you will need some $100,000 to fully max out your character gear. As you reach the max level, you will consider maxing out your gears because who wouldn't if you are playing an RPG? And the free-to-play players will have no luck because the legendary gems that is required to further upgrade or max out your gears, which will then aid your endgame progression, is all locked behind a paywall. On top of that, it doesn't help when a whole new level of upgrade is only unlocked when the player manages to get their already hard to get 5-star legendary gems to rank 10. Utterly disgusting. But don't worry, it only matters if the games survive a 10 years period, because that is apparently how long it would take for a free-to-play player to fully upgrade your character, all with the help of your daily login bonuses. Credits to Matt and Michael from the YouTube channel Battler News. And it doesn't help making the game a better experience when you enter the PvP section of the game just to get 2 hit by the credit card swipers who already spent that insane amount of money in the game and is currently dominating the PvP scene with their button mashing skill. Countries like Belgium and Netherlands are certainly not happy with the use of the loot box system that is in the game, as they banned the launch of the game in their country. To be honest, if the game was just straight up bad, nobody would have cared if there is such monetization in the game or not. Players are frustrated because they are stuck between to play a game while suffering the dilemma of to spend money or not, versus not to play at all, even though the game is arguably a great game, at least for the first 15 to 20 hours. Many players out there is having this love-hate relationship with the game, and it is a shame that Blizzard has to take the game into this direction. Currently, Diablo Immortal is only released in the United States, Brazil, UK, France, India, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. More countries in the Asia Pacific region are expected to have their official release on June 23rd. Now let's switch on the mood and move on to the Flash news. God of War, the PC version of the game, has gotten its support for AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0, or aka FSR 2.0. For those who don't know, FSR is AMD's equivalent of NVIDIA's DLSS graphics solution to provide a dynamically upscaled image from a lower baseline resolution to match your screen's native resolution. Still not following? Well, you just need to know that it makes a potato run Crysis slightly better. God of War is currently the 3rd game to have support for AMD's FSR 2.0, which is after Deathloop and Farming Simulator 22. So, to those who haven't been able to play the game on your 10-year-old PC, maybe it's worth a try with this update. Or, even better, consider saving some money to upgrade your graphics card, since they are coming back in stock and the price of the GPUs is starting to fall slowly and gradually. For those who hasn't played neither of these current PlayStation exclusives, namely Sackboy, A Big Adventure, as well as Returnal, and is considering getting a PlayStation 4 or 5 just to play them, well, you might want to hold on your horses. Because the internet has done it again by showing us screenshots of potential PC port for the 2 games mentioned. A Reddit user goes by the name Empress of Sony has uploaded some images of settings menu on the games, which shows the PC graphics option and control settings. And to some of you out there, this might not be a big surprise, as the previous NVIDIA GeForce leak that got published online months ago had already shown us the potential games that are coming to PC, and Returnal as well as Sackboy, A Big Adventure is already in the list, although unconfirmed at that time. If anything, the current leaks only further proves that these 2 games might not be too far away from its PC port release. Finally, rumors surrounding Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake being cancelled has been surfacing on the internet. Ubisoft had came out to confirm that the game is still in development. However, we will have to wait a little bit longer, as the game will not see its release in the year 2023. And I mean, take your time, Ubisoft. Everyone is having a handful now because we have 10 years long of content from Blizzard alone. since I don't have that 100,000 to spend. Thanks, Wyatt. And coming to the game release of the week. For those who loves to own their games on a Nintendo Switch, consider checking out Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords, an old school classic single player RPG that was released back in December 2004 for the Xbox. Definitely check it out if you're a Star Wars fan. As for the common folks out there, I guess it can be a little tough to get in if you don't have much interest in a franchise, especially for a game this old. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords is available on the Nintendo Switch starting 8th of June 2022. For our younger audience, a more refined game release for this week, also on the Nintendo Switch, would be Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles, which is available on 10th of June 2022. This is a 3D fighting game that was released in October 2021 on multiple platforms like the Xbox, PlayStation, as well as PC. While I have not tried the game just yet, I have played 3D fighting games from the Naruto franchise on the PSP back in the days. Despite the fact that I have not watched a single episode of Naruto in my entire life, I find myself sinking hours into games like that. And if you are a fan of the Demon Slayer franchise, I guess this will be another reason for you to secure yourself a copy of the game on the Nintendo Switch. Surprise, surprise! Another Switch release we have here, but this time, it is a Nintendo-only title. Mario Strikers Battle League is your Rocket League, well, more like FIFA for the Nintendo Switch with lovable Nintendo characters in it. Nobody asked for another soccer game, but here we have a Mario Soccer from Nintendo. The game does support local play of up to 8 players on a single system, but you will probably need more controllers or Joy-Cons for that to happen. So make sure to give that a thought before inviting your friends over on your sleepover night or birthday party. That is, if you have 7 friends to begin with. Mario Strikers Battle League launches worldwide on a Nintendo Switch June 10, 2022. Alright, enough for the Nintendo Switch. Here's some love for gamers on other platforms. Right away, from the official announcement trailer, I get an Until Dawn vibe, and you will be right to think that way. For the fans of Choices Matter games with multiple endings, added with some horror and thrill in it, The Quarry should definitely be on the top of your list. Developed by the same dev team as Until Dawn, Supermassive Games, The Quarry is an interactive drama horror video game that serves as a spiritual successor to Until Dawn, released back in 2015. The Quarry is coming to the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, as well as PC, all on 10th of June 2022. Get your diapers ready by then. One thing that you certainly can do without your diaper is claiming your weekly free game on the Epic Game Store. This week's free game is yet another mystery game soon to be revealed. Me in this video will not be able to tell you what it is, but hopefully our editor will show you what it is on the screen. There you go. And we will also share the free game or games with you in the description down below. As usual, the free games should only last for a duration of more or less a week, so start claiming it on June 10th. Here's another free game mention. In celebration of the Pride Month, the game Tell Me Why is made free on Steam as well as on the Microsoft Store throughout June 2022. Do note that in certain countries, you will not be able to access the Steam page as some countries are restraining games with LGBTQ+ content in it. I guess the authorities of these countries just assume their citizens have insufficient brain power to make their own rational decisions. Speaking of rational decisions, I am now authorizing the end of this week's Game Things. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and be sure to follow us for more videos like this as we do post videos every week.